Hello, and happy 2 days after Thanksgiving. It's November 26th, 2022. It's a little past 1 in the afternoon. I didn't know West Virginia had a football game today. I'd be home watching, playing Oklahoma State. Their season's over anyway. West Virginia, they did not have a good season, and their coach didn't either, and he's gone. So there's a lot of good football going on now, though. Michigan and Ohio State play today. I'm not sure what time that game is, but that'll be a knockdown drag out. I've been. I was asked today what I was thankful for this year, and I think I mentioned it in the video I put out on Thanksgiving Day, but I'll just say it again that 2021 and 2022 were two of the worst years for me. Right on the same par, same level as 1993, the year of my divorce. But what I found out is that I've been involved with somebody that in a situation that was fraudulent for 23 years, and it's a big part of that responsibility is on me for not ending the involvement when I should have in 1999. So that's that explanation. And it's amazing. People say, "Well, how could you?" They say, "How could you be around this person for that long?" Well, I had so many other things that were pressing on me then. My career, my new career. Remember, 1999. I'm 48 years old. It's hard to start a new career when you're that age. It's very difficult, and to be successful. And I did. And I was successful. And I wasn't going to let anything derail that, anything personally derail that from the way it was going, or, wreck it or anything like that. It was the most important thing to me. That said, this person left me and then decided to come back. And I'll tell you what, that never works. It never works. It's never worked for me, put it that way. And a couple of times beforehand, I gave it a try with somebody that wanted to get back together with me after they broke up with me, and it just doesn't work. And it didn't work this time either, except that I made allowances for it because I was so wrapped up in my career. There was nothing else that was more important to me than my career, because that was my number one vehicle, or number one way that I could take care of my children. And it really was. I mean, I did so many good things for my children through my career at Bell that, and they weren't living with me, but as kids grow, they get they're more costly. Anybody that's had kids knows that, and I knew that. So I mean, it's not like, I enjoyed being with my children through those times. I wish that I'd ended the thing with this. I don't want to call it a relationship. I don't know what it was, to tell you the truth. It was like an arrangement or an understanding, and I should have terminated it, and I didn't. I don't know. A lot of you people probably don't remember this show, but there was a show in the '80s called The Love Boat. And I was trying to find an episode. Now, I was not a Love Boat fan, okay, but so many people were. Women would talk about it at work and stuff like that. And so, just out of curiosity, I tuned it in one night. I think I've seen like maybe 5 or 6 episodes, but one episode I saw was, there were all these little anecdotal things going on, and these sub stories to the overall story of the Love Boat. So there was each episode there would be a couple or some kind of like social thing going on that had some intrigue to it. The one that really made some points with me was this couple, elderly couple, man and a woman, who were going on a cruise to celebrate his retirement. He was working with the post office for 35 years. And his wife didn't work. She stayed at home. She was a housewife. I don't understand how that's a career. Really, I don't get that. I don't know who interviews you or who hires you, or it's to me, it's not a career. I'll just be upfront about it. However, if I was a woman and I had a chance to be a housewife, I'd probably do it. Let somebody else go out and sell their soul for a buck. But anyway, so this story is about this elderly couple. He was retired postal worker and she's a housewife. So they went on a cruise, and they were talking over dinner, and he said something like, I wish we had more. I wish we were able to afford going on a longer cruise and a longer trip and a longer journey and really travel and see the world. I wish we could have done that, but not on my salary, not on my retirement, not on my pension. And his wife says, "Oh yeah, we can do that." And he said, "What do you mean?" And she says, "Well, I've been every time you came home with a paycheck, I'd take some of it and put it in a special private account of mine. And it was with a broker who just bought stock like Boeing, AT&T, Bell Atlantic." And she says, and for all these years, I've been doing that. And he says, "Well, how much is in there now?" And she says something like $700,000 or $800,000. Now she's expecting him to be joyful and ecstatic. He gets pissed. And she says, "What are you so upset about now? Now we can travel." And he says, "You had all that money and you never told me, and I had to go out and break my back every day carrying these letters and packages around. And we could have done this a long time ago. But you kept that a secret from me after all these years." And he wants to get a divorce. Okay, that's not exactly what happened to me. It's very similar. Actually, what happened to me was worse. It involved another person that she fell in love with at first sight and dumped me. And I'm like, okay, all right, if it happens, it happens. It hurts. I go home. She goes off with this guy. 7 or 8 months later, she calls me back and says, "I want you back." She calls me and she says, "I want you back. I broke up with that guy. I thought the grass would be greener on the other side. It's not. I want you back." And I said, "Well, the grass probably is still greener on that side because there is no grass on this side of the fence anymore. If you want to use that metaphor, there's no grass on this side of the fence." She started crying and sobbing, and then she kept on pressuring me. And finally, I told her, I said, "Look," and I understood what the problem was. The problem was she didn't have anybody, and now she's going to be alone, and she wants to go places, do things. She doesn't want to go anywhere or do anything alone. I said, "I'll be an escort for you every once in a while." And she also, when we were still seeing each other, I did all the driving. And she says, "Well, she said she was nervous about driving." And I said, "Well, depending on the situation, I'll be your chauffeur too." Okay. But then I told her, when we first started going out, I told her, I was like her sugar daddy. I was such an idiot. Because that never works either. Giving away money to somebody, it never works. It's never appreciated. But anyway, I told her when she wanted me back, I said, "Yeah, okay, I'll be your escort every once in a while, and I'll be a chauffeur every once in a while. But the sugar daddy thing is over." Even though she still squeezed some money out of me. But that's the explanation of what I was trying to talk about. And did I mention that? Yeah. So now, and it was so bad. It was just terrible. A terrible decision that I made. It was a terrible, terrible mistake. And I let it slide I let it go for way too long. Things change as you get old, man. I tell you, it's not as easy. Things are not as easy. I guess things have never been easy. I wouldn't say that anything was easy for me in my life, but having a good setup with somebody late in life, if you've been married to somebody for like 40 and 50 years, you don't have any hidden secrets. We never got married, and that's the reason. The reason that she dumped me, and then because she fell in love with this guy at first sight, and then 7 months later she wants me back. Screw you. But then I let her weasel her way back into my life, and it was a horrible mistake, just a really bad mistake. I could go into more detail and everything, but I can tell you right now, she passed away earlier this year, and after everything came to light, and I looked back on everything, and there was some information that came out about, you know, the incident that she had with him and everything else, and it just, I can't believe that I let myself get sucked back into that. And so, you know, I'm being thankful for never marrying her and really never getting close to her again after she left. Close meaning that, you know, affectionately close. But I should have just dropped, you know, just dropped the whole thing and stayed away and tried to start something else for myself. And who knows where I would have ended up, but I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I was alluding to in the video that I did about Thanksgiving. I'm hopeful that God can help me live with the past. Will that happen? I think it could, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing good. It's an incredibly gorgeous day here. It's a Saturday. Let me see if I can show you the weather. I mean, it's Cavu. Ceiling and visibility unlimited. Let me see if I can get you a good view of this. Somebody just took off. Ceiling and visibility unlimited. It is incredible. Notice that there's no telephone wires back here. This is all evergreen, meaning that all the wires are buried. How much better it is. How much cleaner and aesthetically attractive it is. Now up there's the road, and you can see all the telephone wires up there. They're ugly. They're just ugly. This is so much better. You know, no wires being strung around anywhere. There's the airport. Anyway, I hope you're all enjoying the leftover turkey, whatever. And I'm a vegetarian and a pseudo-vegan, and I won't eat pork. I don't care. You know, the way pigs are treated. I just can't believe that we call ourselves humane and then treat animals the way we do. It's just incredible. Anyway, hypocrisy, hypocritical. Peace, y'all, and I hope you find something new and something magically mysterious and miraculous this year and in this holiday season. That's happened to me a couple times, and I hope it happens to other people too. Peace.